The Witch Doctor.
Okay. Some more good team fight. Yet another stun.
All right, so let's see. Who's our absolutely hates playing against? You got AA, Viper. Death Prophet's pretty annoying, too. Like silence and stuff, right? Silence is really good versus Huskar. It makes his life very hard. Necrophos, of course. Razor. I'm just going through the list of Dota buff at this point. It's like, heroes that are good versus... It's like, they're pretty obvious.
I mean, just lockdown. Let's force him into an early BKB. Like, I think of Lena. You get that Aghanim's, and you just got this constant kill threat.
Yeah, that could be kind of annoying. Razor seems like it would definitely be annoying to play against, especially with like just how decent Razor is.
So,
man, that's one of the highest disadvantage percents I've seen. So the way it works on Dota buff, if you guys look at a hero, you can see like what hero of this like beats this hero a lot in pubs, and they'll give you a percent disadvantage, which according to the tooltip measures the matchup between the two heroes. Regardless of the normal win rate, it is calculated by establishing their win rates both in and outside of the matchup and comparing the difference against the base win rate. Blah blah blah, and it is 8.68%, which is like really high for an Ancient Apparition, and then it's 5.79% for DP and 5.45 for Viper. So, I mean, Viper is just kind of a go-to in terms of like.
And what about Razor?
Razor is up there. It's like 3.3%.
See, the Razor one's a little weird because the Huskar magic damage messes with Razor a little bit, where you can't stop him from stealing all the right click. Like a lot of heroes like that, Razor can 100% man up and just take all of their right click.
Yeah.
Huskar can still kill you after the fact, which really sucks as the Razor.
And why not just take away his passive as Viper?
Yes. Viper, I think, it's a combination of the break. The Viper Strike can slow him after he buys BKB. Huskars, we said heroes that want to buy like BKB first item, not literally first, but pretty quick after Armlet is fairly common for Huskar, right? So Viper's really good there.
They're just going all out. Huskar Pugna. What is left? Is Lone Druid somehow still in? He actually is.
So why?
If they wanted Lone Druid, they would have picked it right
why
there.
Pugna here? I had suggested
Just
it the other game.
Push.
Just
It's literally just push.
this is just all right. Pedal to the metal.
Like, it is not. I don't see anything that says, "Oh, Pugna's really good here." I mean, healing up the Huskar makes sense, right? But it's like this whole idea of like it is for their own team, not for any counter pick on the
20
enemy
minutes. They want to be like killing tier 2s, threatening high ground. Yeah.
What is the last hero that? It has to be someone else who's in the front line. Pugna's gonna be behind. Oracle's behind. Clockwork is hooking in. That'll be Taiga. It's probably boxing the Pugna. They're gonna ban the Razor. Pretty good hero versus like Viper and DK. At least like someone who can at least contend versus these guys.
Another one of these, like,
Like a
high-tempo
Bloodseeker or
heroes.
something, but then you look at these heroes and it doesn't look that good. But I feel like it's got to be something that's like in your face, you know?
I agree. Something that is like Huskar and that ultra aggression.
Unless they're going to like 9th pick. I don't think they're going to Visage.
And, like DP is still in somehow.
Oh, yeah. DP's actually still kind of okay.
So
It at least would work.
Queen of
The more
Pain.
burst damage would be kind of
Quap
nice.
is still in.
Quap into Vipers and DK is kind of scary, though. It's like your
Yeah.
dagger doesn't really do that much.
They ban out the troll. So we're kind of assuming it's a mid Viper right now.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be Viper into wherever Huskar is.
Yeah, we'll see the lane dance. I don't have a better suggestion than DP because she's at least a little flexible too. I don't know exactly how they're picturing these lanes. I imagine it's Pugna mid.
I don't know how confident. I just feel like if it was one of these big heroes like Lone Druid, it would have been picked instead of the Pugna. So they go back for a Mirana. Wow, this is one janky lineup. This is the pub lineup where I'd see get picked by my team and say, we're going to lose. I guess usually I have faith in my Huskar spammers, but this is like, we're hitting skill shots. This is like, we're styling on you kind of a lineup, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little synergy with Arrow and Clockwork.
Okay,
CK.
they just went down the Dota buff list of heroes good versus Huskar. We're like, oh yeah, it looks good this game. Because CK is also way up there. Just has a stun and has multiple units, which Huskar is bad versus both of those.
CK. This is always a weird hero. I feel like I have to think about, is this going to be a game where CK gets a lane where he plays from ahead, or is this going to be one of these games where he loses a fight and then is just sitting in the jungle trying to recover, buying like S&Y style items? I'm a little nervous for Liquid. Because Liquid, as you've said a couple times, really want to play fast. And NIP just have a good like brick wall team. Like, all right, you want to go fast? Yeah, sure. Run it our DK, Viper, like Witch Doctor, Enigma. All of them are so good. Not necessarily fast, like literally fast, but if you're coming at them, Viper's a great turret to sit under his own tower and defend, you know? And I think CK is kind of similar. If you're not on that clock, you don't have that pressure, all of a sudden CK is a little easier to play.
It looks like it's going to be fun to watch. I'll say that. Last game, we got a little bit passive. I needed some monster in the middle of that last game to perk me up. And this one, the monster's just going to accentuate the beautiful aggression.
In fact, I'm pretty sure Pugna's flask is filled with monster.
I think I just need more monster energy in my body while watching this beautiful Beyond Epic League. Thank you.
I mean, Huskar is so mad right now. He's standing backwards on this load screen. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's a nice swag.
What is that?
From the Immortal.
Hey, guys, look at my ass. Oh, wait, it's just this wing.
Yeah, that's like
really weird.
Cape. Is that what it is? A cape, I guess?
It's a wing cape? I don't know.
I think it comes over the front, too.
I see. Well, we'll see when we get into the game. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? You like this NIP lineup?
Yeah, it's got the big fish head. Yeah, that thing's sweet. Do I like this NIP
But why
lineup?
is he standing backwards?
It gives him a cool pose. Part of the cosmetic. It's an Immortal. Immortals do stuff.
We have different definitions of cool.
You don't think that's a neat? Neato, gang.
Yeah, I'll give you a neat.
Who are they sending mid? Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit. They're sending Boxy mid.
How does one know this?
Because he's holding 2 tangos?
Oh, okay. Got it.
How does one know this? Into the Viper. So they're not going to send the Huskar into the Viper. Probably a good decision.
And that sounds okay for the Pugna. It's not amazing, but you can be annoying with Decrep. Burst him a little.
I kind of feel like the Liquid one's going to work. I don't know why. I think Pugna is still very annoying with the cooldown of his ultimate being so low. And with the Huskar, I don't think they would first phase a Huskar unless they were really confident in this strategy.
That's what you're reverting back to?
Yes.
I
think they've been practicing and scrimming this and it's been successful, or they wouldn't pull it out right now. I don't think that's that outlandish. Look, there's nothing that can stop this man. Owen even knows it. Gonna go against Owen?
I think it's the opposite. I think this is the opening day of a group stage leading into a relatively long event, and they're treating this like the scrim, where they're going to see if this Huskar that they've theory crafted will work in real life in a game that matters. You see the difference there?
You think this game won't matter? Have you looked at the other teams in this event?
No. I think this game matters, but I think this notion that they've been scrimming and have like a secret
Trust me,
strat
there's plenty of other
games.
teams you can scrim against in this group if you catch my drift.
That's
I don't
true.
know if I'd be doing it versus oh no.
All right, well, that could have been a first blood, I think, but
all right, I changed my mind. Now they're gonna lose.
That was single digits.
Now, according to my previous calculations, they still got it.
We'll see. CK is always a weird hero. I always feel like I'm gambling when I say I think CK is going to win a game.
I would agree with that statement wholeheartedly.
The hero
he
is
can just be a complete game takeover hero or such a nothing.
I really have trouble. It reminds me of Arc Warden, where I have a lot of trouble identifying, is this a good Arc Warden game? Because I've seen CKs dominate in games where I think they won't, and vice versa. And I mean,
this definitely looks like a good CK game.
It does.
Look at the heroes.
And it's a good lane pairing with the Witch Doctor. Like, Maledict is really annoying against Huskar, too. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, that's true, because he doesn't have magic resistance anymore, right? It's just all pure regen.
Right.
That is kind of a big deal.
Right. He is not like there's
That's probably
no...
why he got so nerfed too. Like just like because he lost magic resistance from strength, right?
Yes. And also lost whatever built-in resistance he had. That's when I said like Lena, like she really fucks up Huskar, man. Hero like Lion even. You can't play on low HP the way you used to and feel brave about it. Remember how weird Necro ult used to be against Huskar? With those weird breakpoints?
Oh, yeah, where it would just do nothing even though it was like
it's like you don't want
HP.
it. Yeah, there's like a sweet spot where you have to hit him where he's between it's like 35 and 40% or something.
Yeah, I do not miss old Huskar. It's kind of like old Phantom Lancer. I'm good. I don't need that again.
What was the old PL? Totally blank.
He used to make the illusions that would keep making illusions. You just walk them down a lane.
Oh, right. Only you can spawn illusions now. The illusions don't get juxtaposed. We're seeing Taiga up top. That'll be your first blood. There's that combo. The Chaos Knight Witch Doctor, dude. It is deadly. That's a good start. And, whoa, mid lane, Supreme. He finds a kill onto Boxy.
No, the thing was that they just lasted way longer. That's what it was. You can still, like, make more illusions with PL. It's just, remember, they used to last, like, forever, and you could walk them between creep waves.
They were like full duration illusions or something.
Yeah, they could like walk all the way down an entire lane, and plus people buy Radiance too, which is really great.
Yeah, you're right. I guess illusion heroes in general were just a lot different back then. See how top?
Yeah, they could hit
action.
buildings and actually do a lot of damage.
Well, illusions didn't give a gold bounty for a long time, right? Wasn't that like a relatively recent change in compared to Dota's history?
Yeah.
That was like a crazy nerf to all those heroes. Well, CK leading the last hit charts right now, so he's pretty happy up top. And DK down bottom also doing very well. Quelling Blade. Pretty hard for the Mirana against the level 2 Breathe Fire as well. Pugna versus Viper.
Yeah, the question is, can with the Huskar being forced to the side lane, will this strategy still work for Liquid? And they must have been open to this if they're going to pick it that early, right? I mean, they banned the AA. They didn't ban any of these like mid-matchup heroes. They're going on Charlie again. And this is level 4 Huskar. He's dead.
Yep. The fire's too much. The stacks. Now they're going to go in onto Era. No kill.
Bold to attempt the CK into the Huskar, like, in the laning stage like this. I guess they're just hoping that the possibility of, like, having kill potential as well as the regen from lifesteal would be enough, but goes down once. Now they're going to bring it back up. Air's still very low, and Charlie's not bringing anything to help him.
Yeah, I mean, this is the dark side of the Enigma. You can't rotate the same way that a Clockwork can in this scenario and put on this kind of pressure. You see Charlie just go straight onto Taiga, trying to save Air. They put out the Maledict, and Taiga should fall here.
That rotation worked, though. Snako just happened to walk over like they baited him in right there, and
hey
Air
guys,
even goes down for the bounty.
Charlie, ooh, it's going to be close. He's dead. That's 7 stacks. That's
I think he was up
Huskar
to 8
for you.
for a second there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does so much damage.
It's a 10 DPS. Is that what the burn damage is? Is that per second?
Yeah, and he's already down to
So
up 2 bracers and heading towards the armlet now.
Wow. All right, good start for Husky. CK still number 1 on net worth thanks to the kills that he's picked up. The deaths haven't set him back too much relative to the CS, but Quickfa having a pretty good time, all things considered. Now mid lane, Supreme, it's a 3-on-1. This is the same exact kind of rotation we saw the Viper last time. 3-on-1. That's what it takes to kill this Viper in the laning phase.
You definitely do not want to bring less numbers and then just get turned on because of the corrosive skin. That's like the worst feeling in Dota. That's been around forever since Vipers existed, I'm sure.
Oh, that's like his
I know
MO.
when I first started playing, that happened all the time.
Oh, yeah. Like every Dota player has learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah. And yet you never learn it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like bringing Dust to gank Invoker the first time.
It's like the magical moments when you get to the MMR where people realize, oh, I can just TP out against Viper Strike. Oh, I can just TP out against Razor.
Rupture's the big one.
Turns out Bloodseeker doesn't have a stun until he
I
buys
remember
one.
learning that when I was a
Whoa!
dude. I was like, oh my god.
So I should not TP to lane. I walk to lane, TP to fountain. Oh.
They're TPing the ulted DK up top right now. Not going to catch Insania. Oh, well, maybe I spoke too soon.
They are going to catch
Standing
Insania, but no follow-up. Just a curse and be it.
Doing some shopping there or something.
Trying to play around this siege creep, it looks like, though I'm not going to be able to do much with it.
I really miss Quelling Blades not being able to kill wards because I was just getting used to how ridiculously useful Quelling Blades were as a support all the time.
About being able
but
to
now
cut
I don't really
trees
have a
and
good enough
stuff.
reason to buy it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's an interesting phenomena. Once you have the sunk cost, you look at all these benefits, but without the sunk cost, the benefits feel completely not worth it.
It was just fun learning all these new juke paths and stuff. It's like melee heroes with Quelling Blade. Now I'm just like, I gotta buy other stuff.
2K
I think I was getting
net
a
worth
lot in here with just this medallion.
Yeah, now I said the dark side of Enigma earlier. This is the bright side of Enigma. When it's 3-3, your lanes are stable, and you're jungling, your team is just soaking up the farm. I mean, that's a natural.
Tyga's in the
net worth
danger
lead.
zone. He's just dead.
He walks right into Supreme. Like, that's a level 7 Viper here. I don't think you want to mess with that. It's a freebie. So Koikman now forced the lane against the DK, and the CK goes bottom. Quite the
He wants to get his own armlet up and going.
noble lineup. Yep.
Oh, we have the Moonlight Shadow too. Haven't seen that quite yet. Mickey, I haven't really talked about him on the Mirana. He's farming all right too. But he's just been arrowing some of these bigger creeps down bottom. And Charlie seems to be a bit afraid of this bottom lane. He's not sure where the Pugna's gone, but up top they're going in on the Huskar and the Oracle. I think he's going to be all right though.
Going back the other way. Now it's Saberlight initiated on by Koikba. Rooted up. Arrow to follow. It does connect. And now Saberlight's going to be in big trouble. Burns down. Finished off by the stars. Seneko only level 4. No black hole. Supreme's here though. Level 8. Big time damage. Break. Stupidly good versus Huskar.
It becomes nothing. Ooh, they went for the long range arrow.
Viper low. Are they going to have the damage? They do. Seneko and Era. I'm on the run here. Mickey does not have an arrow for another 5 seconds. A little light on mana, but does have the stick. Oh, nice cask.
Got another arrow. Mickey's having some thoughts here. You were coming up from Insania though.
Overall, okay for NIP. You've still got the 2 knights farming ahead of the leading farmer on Liquid. I guess we'll call that space.
Yeah, being ahead in this moment too is just it means that big push that you know is coming from Liquid is just going to be a lot weaker. Now, if they were up 2K on the side of Liquid, I wouldn't even consider this to be like over or something. I think that'd be like kind of par for the course. It feels like they're a little bit further behind than what I would be expecting from a lineup like this, but that just comes down to the lane matchups and how early they came out with this Huskar. Oh, that courier almost walks right to Saberlight.
It does.
The jukes!
And now Saberlight initiated on big time damage coming to this DK. Not feeling so tanky after all.
Man, remember when you could like double stack the nether toxins? That was a lot better versus like in terms of you would have one and then another, you know what I mean? But now it's like 8-second duration and then 6-second downtime after that still. So that's at least a lot better in this matchup.
Supreme taking big damage. The Pugna, man, just standing in it. Not a care in the world. Pretty much a full duration life drain. Although it is Taiga that goes down. Era with a nice death ward. That's the end of Insania. Boxy, I think he's dead too.
He didn't heal him.
Okay. Thought that Pugno was going to be able to drain him down, but that's the scary part of the Viper.
Yeah, 3 points in the corrosive. And this tower is getting enigma'd and dragonated, so it is gone. Oh, the Banyan too. Uh-oh. Was my faith misplaced in this early Huskar? Do they not have a plan?
Whoa, Charlie dies. And where's Husky? He's down bottom. That is the armlet up now for Koikba.
They were just smoking their way up here, too.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Foxy's gonna need Aether. Thane is probably gonna need Aether. I don't know how much confidence I have in Mickey to like get into this fight. And he's going for that MKB first, which we have seen when we used to get these early Mirana picks. Or sorry, I guess like early as in like when the patch first changed the last time. There was like a couple Miranas popping off in seed, like sub 4s and some cores, and we saw Chrysalis before it got tuned down. We saw some Deso starts, and we did see a couple MKB starts. A little unusual in this game, though. It's not like there's anything that just screams like, I need an MKB.
Yeah.
Gonna hit onto Era, though.
Plenty
Nice
of
free
follow-up
kill.
damage. Also a DD onto Mickey. So Pugna getting pretty low. Charlie's here. Plenty of follow-up. Black hole on 2, but hook shot from Taiga will interrupt it. Boxy still alive. Single digit of HP. They just need anything to hit
Boxy?
him. They've stunned him up now, and they still can't finish him off. Saberlight finally breathes fire. Charlie stays alive as they get another in the lane. That'll be Mirana down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Huskar's coming over here. They have the false promise still.
There it is. They jump in. Saberlight down low. This DK not feeling so tanky. Huskar with the Oracle to back him up is still scary. Supreme, healthy though, level 10. They go for the attack speed, so he right clicks.
That looked kind of even in the end. I feel like they were about 2k up when that all started. So who did they get? They got the Witch Doctor, the Enigma, and the Dragon Knight.
Quickfa's still number 1, and he is going to go BKB second item.
Yeah, versus the Viper. I mean, no real choice.
Yep.
I like his
They've
giant
got
spear.
a lot that goes through BKB, though. Got the Viper Strike. You've got the Death Ward, Black Hole.
DK just punching you.
Yep.
Yeah, it is not a big saving
Phantasms.
grace.
It's, I mean, he needs it. I think it's the right choice, but it is not a feels-good BKB kind of game.
It looks like Mickey, without a stellar start, is also kind of reconsidering and thinking more so towards that Chrysalis, which was the most common item, I would say, that we saw for the Miranas.
It has a little bit more of a natural build-up, too. The MKB is... it's a little Radiance-esque from the Mirana perspective, where you're not really doing much, so you get this big item.
It's a bit too chunky.
Yeah.
And they're going to smoke up on another hook shot here. Going aggressive without the Huskar, though. He's on the other side of the map, and we're talking about these are some beefy heroes. These are not easy heroes to even solo kill.
Smoke in the Moonlight Shadow. Charlie nearby. The arrow does connect, but all of NIP ready to fight. They dust it up and not going to connect anywhere.
They're doing their best to make some space.
I mean, it is working. Seems like it will get out of dodge. They're not going to be forced into a fight. There's that armlet on the CK. Arrow barely off the mark.
Taiga's still in behind. He planted a ward, and now he's just kind of messing with them, but he's got to find a way out of here. Taiga, what are you doing? It's
Taiga.
crazy.
And now Era's going to find it with a cask. No bounces, but now Sineko's here, and see you later, bud.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there.
Just got
I mean, I get
stuck
space,
in no
but
man's land.
I thought he had like an exit strategy. I mean, that ward's just gone, right? Like,
What, you mean this one?
yeah. Warded. Bye-bye.
Mickey, speaking of stacks, though, look at this. Starstorm coming in handy.
Oh, breathe fire, breathe fire. Oh, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Coming back for more, though. Has another Starstorm.
Blackman's just waiting, trying to get this BKB first before the fight. He's going to start poking away at this tier 1. Has to be a bit careful, even with the Oracle. He gets pulled in by Huskar or by CK. I think he can still be in trouble. But I guess there's Pugna here too. Okay, we're all here now.
NIP a little split up. In come
nice
the
arrow.
TPs. Supreme going to be stunned up. He's getting bursted, but Black Hole does catch the Huskar. CK pops the ult. Husky with the false promise is absolutely going to pop. Does take Seneko with him. Now they get the Pugna.
Viper buyback though.
All right, ends up being a fight that does favor Liquid. Not by a big amount, but the buyback does tip the scales.
The only problem is that it is Quake but dead, and he really needs this BKB, so he's not progressing any further. Taiga's going in. They're going to try another arrow setup here on the Supreme for the dieback, but the arrow's going to miss.
He sidesteps it. Doesn't have any help nearby, though. Might be able to get this kill on Clockwork before falling. Trying to make it back, but doesn't live. Now Air is here. Charlie nearby. That's a big kill for Liquid.
Taiga's out, and now they're even going to try to turn on the air. They're going to get him.
They also get Insania.
I think that's fine, though, when you're behind like this and just trying to, again, create space for this Huskar to hit that timing. Now, mind you, they're not hitting this timing extremely fast. They're not pushing that quick, and those are all problems that will start stacking up for Liquid. But for now, they're keeping their hopes alive by doing this.
I mean, Viper is not dissimilar to Huskar, though, in the way they want to play this stage of the game. And back-to-back deaths like that, especially with the buyback in between. Look at the gap between those two heroes now. Huskar's at 8K, Viper at 6. That's a big margin for heroes that were pretty darn even. Now with the BKB coming, I think this presents a nice little window for Liquid. The Viper BKB over 1,000 gold off.
Oh yeah, the Enigma BKB is going to be very hard to contend with, though. Hookshot is not swap. It is much harder to cancel that with people whirling around the Enigma.
I mean, the fact that he already did it once in this game is kind of impressive, you know?
Yeah.
Got to be angled just right. And now Taiga, he's going to find himself in a bit of a pickle. Saberlight goes into the dragon form. Insania is here, does have the false promise. Won't need it. Able to save Taiga with an edict. Hook shot not going to connect. Now the Huskar goes in. Connects onto Saberlight. Koikba. He's the one to get the false promise. He'll be just fine. Getting healed up. He'll be good.
I don't know. It's going to be hard to retreat out of this.
BKB.
Oh, that's the BKB. Ooh.
No. That's one of those snap moments where it's like, yeah, you did stop that stun. That was kind of nice and fast reactions, but almost too fast. Maybe not worth. And now Insania is going to get left behind. No big deal there, but the Huskar just hit the BKB and said, well, this is fucked. I'm out. Sorry, guys. That was a bummer.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
also
is
very
under
firm,
attack.
though.
Yep. Smoke up. CK. A lot of BKBs this game. CK working on one.
Oh, Saberlight not going to find the jump. That could have been bad timing. Might have found himself a neutral item there.
Initiation on the
Back on the boxy.
Easy kill. Poor Pugna. Pretty squishy.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, might be the end of the road here for this strat pretty soon. Yeah, they need a humongous fight with this BKB. They need that to go into the Aegis, and they need to get set up with their little train of Pugna the back line, healing the Huskar. He's jumping forward over people. Clockwork, creating chaos in the back.
They need a hell of a 9-second BKB charge out of this Huskar.
Yeah.
NIP tightening the grip. You can see them confidently just cutting this wave right into the tower.
It's hard when the Huskar is just like, if he's in the Nether Toxin, they just have to like ult it. It's just like they have to try and help him out.
It's like too hard of a counter. I don't know. It's like without Berserker's blood, Huskar is just a shitty spear
He doesn't even
guy.
get the attack speed. So even when he's ulted, it's just like, okay.
Oh, hook shot will fly through and actually connect on Era. Koikba jumps in onto Charlie. There's the BKB. Phantasm comes out.
Nice disarm.
Does knock him back. Charlie goes down. This is pretty good. Worthy of the 9-second charge. Maybe hoping for a little more, but they get the high price target.
I can't find the flares on the Era, though. Maybe they will. They have flare in 2 more seconds. Oh, they see the D-gen from the Witch Doctor. They found him from the Spirit Vessel aura.
Oh, really? Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at Roche, Huskar, he's struggling because look what Viper did. He put Nether Toxin in the pit, and Quick almost dies to Roche. Meanwhile, Supreme pops the BKB. Him versus the Clockwork right now. Seneko nearby. They are going to find this kill. Now looking to contest
I love that
Roche.
space.
Oh, DK comes in. He's low. Aegis in the hands of Koikva, and Saber Light's down. It ends up
Oh, the
okay for
Midnight Pulse,
Liquid.
get out! Oh!
Now they're going in on the Viper. Seneko has Black Hole, but short mana. Drops the stun instead. Looks for a TP out, and does not make it. Insania
All right.
barely catches it.
They're on.
Dude,
They
they are
made it.
doing it. They are actually doing it. This Huskar has found the fights. He has the Aegis. They got it.
I actually didn't know he had that much healing in there from the Oracle. So he went back with like half health. He was fine.
Radiant's middle tower is
That was rough.
All right, so now this is where everything kind of has to go perfect, though, and they do have to be very wary about the Black Hole, because that is still a potential, just like, you know,
Radiant's middle tower has
like
fallen.
lineup ender for the way that they're trying to play.
Luckily,
But-
the Enigma is not close to BKB at all.
That, as well as the fact that the best counter to Black Hole is buyback and Aegis. Aegis sitting safely in the hands of Quick for a while.
All right. Still tier 1 standing in the top lane.
If I'm NIP, I kind of want to play reactionary right now. I want to wait until I know like where Liquid wants to go. I don't want them set up in their full 5-man, but they're actually gonna hop right on top of Supreme from the Midnight Shadow.
BKB is right away. Koik actually getting turned on. Disarm. Saberlight jumps in. There's the hook shot. Koik
They're
just
holding the
getting
Black Hole for
chain
the respawn.
disarm. That'll be the Aegis. This looks good for NIP. Taiga forced it back up. BKB Koikva stuck in the black hole. Saberlight blows up, but Koikva's getting dropped down low. Does manage to live. The BKB is enough. Now the turn back. Mickey drops his BKB. The right clicks are there. Charlie getting taken down. Arrow actually clips him. Koikva saved by the Oracle.
Can't find the kill after. However, it was not enough. The stacks were way too much on the CK. That was into Aegis. Very well done to just get the first life before the black hole came out, but not quite able to kill him during the duration. And the initial stun too there to have to like dive in onto the Oracle. Kind of a tough role for the DK that's playing these fights, but it's really the only way they can make it work, right? Like Saberlight has to find Insania and try and stun him up.
Bottom tier 2. Dunzo.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, this would be such. This reminds me of when they were picking the Wind Ranger and the Tusk, and they just won a game, and then suddenly the next drafts that we were having, people were just banning it. Now,
Yeah.
if they pick Oracle in that first phase, they're gonna be very tempted to ban Huskar as enemy teams.
Dire's top tower is under
Even if they
attack.
don't win this game at this point, I think if you see this far in the game, you go, "Oh, okay, they actually have a really good way to make this work." By it being against like pretty hard counters of the Viper and whatnot, and like a somewhat bad start as well.
It's true. It's a hero that you don't have to necessarily win a lot of games with for it to be a threat in your repertoire. Look
I
at
think
the
Saneko's just dead. Oh no, he
VP
blinks
techies.
away from the net. Oh, they missed the
and
hook. They
All
had
right.
so many different tools to stop that. Oh, meanwhile, back mid lane.
Yeah, Huskar disarmed. BKB'd on the run. Moonlight Shadow. He pops. That is a dead Huskar and now a dead Oracle. Oh, Liquid. Looks like they stayed a little too long while the rest of the team was chasing around that Enigma up top.
Yeah, that was just a wee bit too much damage there. Losing that Aegis without an objective, just a fight, perhaps hurting Liquid as they weren't able to clean up like the rest of the towers or maybe make a high ground push or something. And Now it's going to be another whole round of items before that next Aegis comes up, which you kind of assume they have to wait for. If the black hole is ever available, it feels like they need 2 lives to play these fights.
Huskar up in a couple seconds now. Looks like Liquid could be posturing to try to take an engagement. Saberlight needs to be a little careful if a sentry comes
Sentry's there.
Hook shot connects, does find the CK. Phantasm, pretty good HP. Saberlight now reveals himself in the back line. They jump in onto Taiga. Koikba trying to help him out. Very spread fight now. Mickey in deep does manage to bring down the Viper, and now Koikba's going to follow up. He'll go onto the CK. They need an interrupt, and they do have it with the root. Looking for Era. He'll make the TP out. Seneko also going to be good. And Saberlight in the tree line. Although, do they see him right now? No.
These fights are so chaotic and messy.
Yeah, dude. That was ridiculous.
He has a TP.
Well, it's a 1 for 2, but it's a support for 2 cores. So pretty darn good for Liquid.
Oh, Saberlight's spilling it either way. Yeah, again, another one of these like back and forth games. Dota Plus also not sure. Back to like 45% in favor of NIP. It's favoring Liquid again. After kind of faltering back down to 50%. As this game stands now, oh man, the Huskar is still like kind of good in the mid and late game versus these 3.
Yeah.
Well, except for the CK. I mean, CK can just get more items. It's just he's not farming enough is the main issue.
It's funny that like Dota Plus tends to believe in the big ultimate lineups, you know, like the black holes and chronos and stuff. So opposite of that, it probably doesn't really like Huskar that much, but Liquid's winning, so it's just like flip a coin, I don't know.
I do think the next Aegis is still like very key for Liquid.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can fight into this Enigma, especially once he uses this BKB.
Right,
without
like
the Aegis.
high ground is a whole nother ball game, and that's something Liquid haven't conquered yet.
Observer Sentry combo does spot them.
Oh, they might
Oh,
still
they're still smoked up. Sorry,
some
only the clock was
initiation.
visible.
Yep, they get the Era. The Era. They find Era. Certainly hoping for more than that. BKB still pretty far off for the CK. And now very close for the Enigma. And more than halfway for the DK.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's like NIP just focused on getting magic immunity right now.
I think they know he TP'd. Trying to get a flare onto this CK. Pretty risky place to have a fight, though.
Okay, there's Enigmas. Glyph already been used.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
This is where Pugna really shines. So let Huskar do a little chip damage and just keep spamming out that Nether Blast. So hard to defend against. It's just this constant poke. You don't have to commit.
Yeah, they don't have a great way to like jump a Pugna either, right? Because he has Force Staff too. The only thing they can really do is try to do a Reality Rift.
Yeah, it's like Charlie has to kind of jump in. Seneko, he does not get Taiga. Oh no, immediately interrupted. He is barely going to survive. The spider legs keep him up. Well, it was a good try. It does repel the push, at least for now. That was close. He definitely went for that, thinking the Clockwork was going to be right on the edge, but they were just a little bit too spread out.
Who else was even in there, though? Was it just Boxy?
I think so.
I guess his thought is that they can't siege without the Pugna. And that's just going to keep slowing down this push that they're looking for at this timing. But that was a risky play. But you also can't just let Pugna sit on the low ground and take your tier 3 for free.
I mean, it's pretty much either that or, you know, the DK blinks out on somebody or the CK has to compromise his position.
They're moonlighting again. Taiga's going to say, oh, they hit a sentry, guys.
Dire are scanning.
Arrow scouting up the high ground. Liquid. They did a lot of
They're going
damage.
to start
to that
falling
tier
behind,
3.
though, if they start leaving this like that. And Daedalus and an 8-second BKB on Mickey. He hits pretty damn hard. Roche up in 8 seconds now. Trying to find a fight perhaps in the mid as Snake's going to start clearing out these trees. I like that decision. Get rid of these. Make it harder for Taiga to play, but Taiga goes in.
Hook shot connects onto Seneko.
There's
Saber
no
light
Mana here.
trying to help with Boxy.
Get out.
Taiga is going to be the first to fall, but the Huskar is still going to go in strong. Miranda jumps in. They will finish off the DK. This is not looking great for NIP. Disarm onto the Chaos Knight. Koikba still alive. They've got the false promise if needed, and Sania drops it.
So good at holding that, man. And you really thought they might be able to get him out of there.
Now support for Core, I guess, again, does slightly favor Liquid. And they're pinging out Roche. They want this. This is
We'll scan it out, though.
Roche 2, so just Aegis cheese.
They're smoked up on the Radiant. They have the spider legs on the Enigma. The Blink. The BKB. The Black Hole. The Clockwork's still dead. They own the outpost, though, so they know he's going to TP to the outpost and go for it.
Oh, Insania face checks the high ground.
What are you going to do? He's hit.
Silence. Seneko gets off the BKB, but Roche is dead. Huskar, the one with the Aegis, they're going to try to just walk away, and they will.
Can't get their big plays off this time. And now Taiga going to throw out the flare and look for a potential straggler here, I would think. But NIP are just going to hold strong. They say, we'll fight into Aegis and Cheese for some reason. I guess Snako didn't have the black hole back yet either, so he couldn't. He didn't want to just YOLO in for the Aegis. And that whiff black hole really hurt them.
Sure did.
It was a good decision by Liquid, despite not really having like a giant kill advantage, to still go in there like that. Just like getting the DK and even losing the Clockwork, still knowing that it's worth it because of the lack of the black hole. Ooh, the minus 0.8 second Purifying Flames with the Huskar.
That's pretty cool.
1.5 second, yeah. That is a lot of heals.
Skipping to cast range, huh? I guess not having any trouble getting off the false promise.
Yeah, that's a really hard one to skip.
Yeah, it's true. Still that tier 1 standing in the top lane. And now a Deso on Mirana. Damn. That's the tier 3. Interesting positioning from NIP. Looking like they want to wrap around. They've got 2 heroes smoked up. Now Moonlight Shadow. Hook shot does connect onto the Enigma, and CK pops the BKB. Seneko looking for the opening. It's a CK illusion down. Huskar gets disarmed. Huskar may be in trouble. Pops the BKB on the run. It's Saberlight on the other side. Another one of these spread out fights. Koikba jumps across onto Supreme.
But
Arrow. BKB stops it. But Era and Saberlight are both dead. Koikba does survive.
Yeah, Saberlight again, just kind of off in that same spot by himself. Zoned out from his teammates, and Seneko not able to find the play. Still has the black hole at the very least, but no BKB for another 20 seconds right now. Another window for the Pugna to start. Blast! Blast! Danny DeVito in here with the green.
Something to make the hold
This
here.
Agnes looks nasty with Huskar too.
Viper doing some work here, but Koikba getting to that point where he is just damn beefy. Still has the Aegis, of course.
That angle is so annoying that you can blast from over there.
Yeah, they should be able to get this barracks. BKB, black hole ready.
Dude, he was
Seneko.
so ready for that.
Whoa.
That damn Netherwood is destroying his mana pool. I think that's what got him last time, was the Midnight Pulse. Then he didn't have enough after.
Well, they're hanging on to the melee barracks for now. Regen's kind of annoyingly fast, actually. BKB on CK.
Did not expect him to get stalled out that hard, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mickey is just becoming a monster and very good to find a hero that is not like susceptible to just dying to Mirana and or to a Viper can play this like in and out style position 1.
It's an interesting solution. Now they jump in onto Saberlight. The DK again maybe in trouble, but the black hole interrupted.
Got him again.
Seneko just brought down. They are going to kill the Clockwork in exchange, but Koikva survives. BKB on, False Promise, and Aegis, so he's got a lot of options. Does get saved. Now finally going to go down. Actually, still sustaining.
Wait,
still
what?
sustaining. Somehow this Huskar is still alive. Now 2 buybacks used on NIP and 2 dead for Liquid. So they've already won this fight. All they need to do is back out. Seneko and Saberlight both back in it. And that'll be a 1K swing, 1100. Tier 4 items.
False promises. Wait till he gets to level 20. That seems a little bit broken with this combo now.
Oh god, arrow hits on CK down bottom. Charlie taking a huge amount of damage. Layup for the Huskar. Whew. That's a big kill.
Yeah, now they have to buy time for a another ultimate here from Seneko. That's kind of the only hope they have, right? Still can't hit these big black holes. Taiga again with the cancel. He bought the blink too, which is pretty cool this game. Blink on Clockwork is like, some people argue if it's like good or not. Does it cost so much and it gives no stats to a hero that's usually like right in the thick of things. But in a game like this where that angle is so important to try and cancel the black hole, even though that's not really what happened that time, it is nice. It means he can like blink cogs and then he's still able to hook shot the Enigma after, which is what they did that time.
Yeah, and that one, the Murano was just outside the black hole, laying into the Enigma. Seneko was dead either way. They've got a repair kit here, Trent.
Yeah, brought back from the earlier chippage of the Pugna.
But now the Deso on Mickey should make this even easier in terms of sieging. Hook shot in. Taiga with some cogs trying to break
Nice
things
arrow.
up. They are going to get Saberlight. No buyback there. CK up in about 10 seconds. They'll make it 5 now, and that'll be enough for Liquid to retreat.
Saberlight has been a bit too cavalier this game. He's completely lost any source of progress. He's died a ton. Always in the grave. Always by himself when he dies for the most part.
Yeah.
He's still working out BKB after Blink. He is truly a off-lane DK, but looking more like a support at the moment.
High ground siege continues. Hook shot in on the CK, stops the Phantasm. Now he pops the BKB. Koikman goes flying in.
Oh, nice
Jeez.
cheese.
Right as the black hole comes in again. Mickey just on the edge of it destroys the Mirana. Witch Doctor ult also channeling in, but at this point not so effective. They do actually kill Koikman. Thought there might still be some false promise to come, but nope, that was the damage. All right. Don't underestimate the Witch Doctor, I guess. So thanks to the repair kit, the tower is back to topped off.
Yeah, that was a weird false promise. He took 2,000 damage after that. And he was at 2,000 HP and died from false promise.
Huh.
Probably just trying to get him out of the nether toxin, I'm guessing, is what it was. One of those.
Yeah. Taiga, he's going to get left behind a little bit here, I think. Team trying to help him out. Arrow does actually connect onto Charlie. Taiga, tankier than you might think. Now the hook shot out. They want this CK follow-up Fortune's End. They've actually got a lot of lockdown. Another BKB used. Mickey gets pulled in, stunned up, has a BKB of his own, pops it now. This DK still struggling. It's just too much magic damage, and all of a sudden Mickey right-clicks you, and you're like, oh yeah, they've got physical too. Viper
Oh, Mickey's
out the
saying,
hurt,
get out of
though.
here.
Has one more leap. Oh. Taiga now maybe left behind. This is such a ridiculous fight. I can't believe Liquid have been able to go in and out so effectively. But another hook shot.
Left.
That 30-second cooldown, you can feel it. Taiga's still alive. The Decreps, it's not even a Ghost Scepter. It's all the Pugna. Now Koikva's here. He'll bring down Supreme. Buyback from the CK. It's been long and sloppy, but Liquid have done so much with this siege.
They gotta heal up Boxy. He's got more to give here.
They've gained at least 2,500 or so in this sequence. Now the glyph comes out. Smoke from NIP.
Insania is out of mana. He's down to the low cooldown, though, of that false promise. So that next fight is going to be so hard for NIP. 25-second cooldown false promise. Like 10 seconds. It's like almost half uptime. 10 and 15.
Liquid now so far ahead. 22K net worth. Still playing this somewhat cautiously. Not going to throw it high ground.
Echo is not anywhere nearby, though. Running.
Got the +2 arrows also. So shooting out a lot of potential stuns.
All right, can I interest y'all in a Roche fight?
Smoke up, and they're going to head that way. It is a refresher shard here with Roche 3.
Ooh, that is much better for the Radiant.
Radiant are scanning.
Who would they put the Ags on? Who gets the refresher even? They have pretty darn short cooldowns. Maybe just the Huskar BKB is your best bet.
Yeah.
And the Satanic also.
And that of the Oracle.
Cogs. Nikke able to make it back. Taiga with some body blocks. Try to chip away at these illusions. Arrows fly. The DK gets hit. Quickly goes in hard. Pops the BKB. Has Aegis. Has False Promise. Might not live through it all, but Saberlight and Era go down. There's a black hole. It does connect on Nikke, but Taiga
nice.
again finds Seneko. Now Supreme falls, and NIP are looking to be out of options. They clip Charlie, and that is it, baby. GG. Liquid take the series.
First phase, Huskar Oracle, beware, Dota players. That is not a good sign. They had 3 picks to address Oracle Huskar, and they couldn't do it. That should concern you.
Yes, very much so.
And Enigma lost all 3 games.
It also helps that they have like a real god tier Oracle player. You know,
Yes.
It's one thing to say, all right, Huskar Oracle is a good combo. We're going to try it. It's something else when you have a player that kind of wants to be on Oracle anyway, and then you can just throw in this Huskar and then have Mikke play absolutely out of his mind on Mirana. 14-1 and 16. And when you go this right-click build on Mirana, you still do a shitload of magic damage. You still have this crazy synergy with Pugna where he decreps somebody, drops a life drain, you chuck an arrow and a star storm. That damage amp is huge. And then all of a sudden, you're getting like 600 crits on people.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that game we cast where it was the Coddle and the Bounty Hunter.
Yes.
And that combo was stupidly good when the whole time we were looking at the Coddle and the Ember. Whereas in this game, the whole time we're talking about us, like Huskar and Oracle, because obviously Huskar's a unique hero and he's interesting. But the Mirana did more hero damage this game.
Yeah.
And Mirana was the one who was like dancing around along the sides of these fights. She was the one who was split pushing. She's the one that ended the game 14-1 and 16. Involved in 30 of the 41 kills. That's 10 more than the Huskar was.
Well, and the Pugna. I think Boxy played really well. There were a couple times where I was just like, damn, when did Taiga get a Ghost Scepter? Oh, wait, no, those are just defensive decreps. Okay, that's pretty good. Like, the way he was playing at the end was like this utility. I'm going to let Clockwork initiate and then decrep and heal him. So Taiga became, like, stupidly tanky by proxy of Boxy. It was really impressive to watch, man. It was good stuff.
That was a very good game from Liquid. And a scary strat to now pull out. Geez, Huskar, Broodmother, Lone Druid. You guys pick some heroes.
Yeah, man.
Really just got to work on that Arc Warden a little bit more, and you'll be real nasty.
Yeah. Man, what an opener. So a lot more to come. That concludes our games today. But I think the Beyond Epic tournament runs every day until June 28th. So we've got a lot more group stage coming. That'll run to the 24th. And then there's 4 or 5 days at the end of playoff bracket. And how does it work here?
Wow.
So we've got 2 groups, Group A and Group B. And it looks like top 2 from each group go upper bracket. Middle 2 from each group go bottom bracket. Bottom 2 eliminated. Each one is There's 2 groups of 6. So
That is correct.
it's a pretty cool group stage. Seeding, but also elimination.
Best way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
All right,
Trent,
guys.
we're not
Long
going to
day.
delay any longer. Yeah,
Yeah,
3
thank
best
you.
of 3 days. They're certainly long ones. So we'll be back
Fun.
again tomorrow. Same place, same time.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Beyond the Summit and
Yeah,
Monster.
thanks.
We'll see you tomorrow. It was fun. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get some. You got to go buy some Monster. You got homework.
Oh, yeah?
Product placement, baby.
We'll see.
We'll see.